Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What the fuck is that thing?
That's one hell of an introduction. That's a freaking...
That's fucking sick. Oh, God. That's an Eldritch Horror.
That's cool.
Run away! Run away!
There's no running in war.
Fuck that, dude. That's some Lovecraft fucking shit.
We found the like lore that had those guys in them, but like I didn't
think they'd be in this. That's fucking scary.
Shit, where's that big gun? Hailstorm.
Yeah, fuck yeah. UFS weapons.
Ah, that feels great.
Yeah.
It didn't kill him, so it feels a little less great, but
it's
you know.
still satisfying.
Oh, I ran out of bullets.
Oh.
What does he even have? I want that gun.
Maybe when you kill him, you can get it.
Maybe I can. I've been using the auger so frickin' frequently. I should probably be using this gun.
It's a good gun.
They keep giving me bullseye and like rifle ass ammo. Like they just gave me more rifle ammo. Oh my god, that's so awesome.
Oh yeah, so you didn't know about the war in Hogwarts?
No, yeah.
Harry Potter?
I was like memeing. I was like, was there a wizard war?
Yes.
And you just answered me flatly yes, and I said, huh?
That's how the 7th book ends.
With a wizard war?
Seems
like one spell would do ya.
It's mostly students versus the Death Eaters.
Okay.
And then the Order of the Phoenix, obviously.
Is the Death Eaters just like the Black Riders, where there's like a finite amount of them? That's freaking real quick. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Just these giant scary squids floating over the freaking horizon.
The Death Eaters? No, they're not like the Black Riders because they're not as cool. Whoa! Press X or circle.
Whoops. Okay, so I get it now.
They're not as cool. They're more like a boys' club instead of like chosen.
It's kind of lame.
Yeah. Like, at first, the Death Eaters that were, like, left over... That's cool. The Death Eaters that were left over from, when Voldemort first got defeated...
Oops.
They felt like...
Oh, come on. I couldn't even see those.
They felt like the Black Riders.
Uh-huh.
But Black Riders that weren't doing their job. So when he gets resurrected, he's like, you fucking pussies! And he starts, like... fucking interviewing them all and being like, what the fuck were you doing while I was beat up? And they were like, oh, but I had to stay undercover. And he's like, you're all a bunch of bitches.
I like the idea of Voldemort in a suit doing the finger pyramid, asking them, what exactly were you doing?
That's basically what happened. No, but the Battle of Hogwarts, yeah, so at the beginning of the book, they take over the Ministry of Magic.
Which is like...
the government.
Okay.
It's kind of self-explanatory.
I don't freaking know.
Ministry of Magic.
I don't know what a ministry is.
Yeah, alright. So, they take over, and then they force Harry and everyone to go into hiding. Because they're like, well, we're gonna kill, like, everybody.
We're just gonna kill.
What
or who is not important.
A lot. Well, the thing is that they're like, they don't actually kill anyone. Like, they do, but there's nobody notable that they kill until the very end.
They don't kill any named characters?
No. Like, Mad-Eye Moody dies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because, like, doesn't he die off camera, and then, like, you discover that the guy that you thought it was isn't actually the guy?
Oh, that was 4. Somebody was posing to be him. So, like, you feel very familiar with him, but Harry's like, oh, right, I didn't hang out with this guy at all. And that feels bad. Because he saw him as, like, a mentor, and it was like, just kidding, it was a spy.
Man, Voldemort's such a lame villain.
He's fucking boring.
Like, I understand it's for children, but, like...
Fred/George. I don't remember which one.
Hey, wait. Didn't one of the twins, one of the two, like, Grubble twins or whatever their freaking name is?
The Weasley?
No. The little shitheads. Didn't they, like, one of them went to prison or something like that between movies, so they got a replacement, but the actor was freaking black?
Crabbe and Goyle. They weren't twins. They were just Draco's, like, little yes-men.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Potter!
One of them went to jail or something. So they were like, fuck, and they had to replace him.
So they picked a black kid?
He just got a new friend. It's fine.
Didn't they call him Crab or
I
whatever?
don't think they did. I
Okay.
think they knew better than to do that.
Okay. Because I was just like, you want to talk about insensitivity?
No, but they die. They die in a fire.
Oh my god, are you freaking serious? Did they need that?
No, they didn't.
Was that wholly necessary?
No, I think in the movie that's not what happens. I think they managed to save them. But I know in the books they go into
Oh, I didn't like that. Ugh, I didn't like how close that was to me.
they're looking for the Horcrux. I mean, they're looking for those the whole book, but they go in there to find the Ravenclaw datum.
Datum?
Datum?
The hell's a datum?
Daide.
Well, what does it do?
It's a crown.
Oh, okay.
They go to look for the Ravenclaw tiara because Voldemort went and found all, like, the most historical items to make his fucking Horcruxes and then hid them. It's like,
What's a
why wouldn't you want to
Horcrux?
just make a fucking, like, a random shoe? Like, you know how hard it would be to identify that?
Yeah, actually.
A Horcrux is a piece of your soul.
Oh yeah, you put it into an item or something.
Yeah, but you have to cut your soul. So, like, each piece is weak.
So it's like
He created, like, the Dragon Balls for his
it's
soul.
like chakra.
Yes.
From Naruto.
Yes.
I never actually said Naruto like that. I always call it Naruto.
But anyway, they go in there and Draco's like, I'm gonna still be a Nazi. And I don't remember who does it, but one of them sets off a fire spell that it can't be put out. So the Room of Requirement just catches on fire, and
Hey.
Crabbe and Goyle both burn alive.
Hey, dude. Are you a Zora? Nah, Ruto. They're actually called the Rito, so that was wrong. But
More like Rita. But yeah, Mrs. Weasley fights one of the Death Eater ladies.
Really? Isn't she just like a?
She's a fucking boss bitch, alright?
Isn't she just like not even a wizard?
No, she's a wizard. She's a house wizard, house mama. But she fucking.
That's hardcore.
She's awesome. She knows how to duel. I kind of wish Arthur had died, not because I wanted him to die, but it would have actually had some fucking impact.
Who's Arthur?
The Mr. Weasley.
Oh, isn't he like a son of a bitch? Isn't he like a total asshole?
No, he loves his family. He's just a dork.
Who was it? It's not like Harry's like family or anything. Somebody had like a dad that was a dick, and it wasn't Draco.
Draco's dad's a fucking dick.
Draco's dad's a dick, but like that's not who I was thinking of.
He was the guy in Jumanji.
He was, yeah. He was the hunter guy.
He's so good. I love that guy.
He was
Jason Isaacs.
The actor?
Mhm.
Okay. He was the guy who baby Kirsten Dunst when they're fighting him in the
The supermarket.
supermarket. She grabs the price scanner and she goes, "Price check!" And it sounds so weird coming out of her mouth. And he also just, while she's zapping him in the eyes, he just stands there and goes, "Ah, ah," and allows himself to be blinded by that thing.
I don't know who else's dad's a son of a bitch.
Somebody's dad. I don't remember who it was. Was it? Oh, isn't it Hermione's parents? Like,
No, they're just dentists.
Yeah, why does she get so little attention?
I don't know.
Oh,
They
the
make
shotgun's kind of shitty now.
They make it so it's fucking stupid. So she in order to protect them uses the Oblivious Curse, which erases their memories. So she gives them a new identity and sends them off to like Australia or something, so that if the Death Eaters find them,
In real world Australia?
yeah, if the Death Eaters find them, they won't have any connection to Hermione.
Okay. So they can't screw her over.
Yeah. And it was supposed to be really sad, but then, you know, J.K. Rowling was like, oh, she ended up fixing it. I was like, no, you can't reverse that, you fucking asshole.
Hold on, like off screen or after the fact?
Way off screen and after the fact. Like, after the battle is over and stuff, she goes and finds them and just fixes
Like
their memories.
after the story was completed?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow,
it wasn't
that's
included
lame.
in the books. It was one of those, like, wizards used to shit themselves.
Ah,
Kinda
yeah,
facts.
yeah. Those facts were kind of awesome, though.
They're funny.
They were funny for a little while. Trying to pick up the intel. Okay. They had us unloading crates off the VTOLs all day. So this just as lab equipment. We've got over 100 men guarding the site. I noticed some of the crates had American flags on them. Doesn't make sense. Everyone knows the Yanks are staying out of the war at all costs.
Anyway, there's a war for Hogwarts. Hogwarts gets fucked up. A bunch of people, mostly Death Eaters, die. Pretty much all the main characters survive, except ones that she didn't really give a fuck about.
Like Cho Chang.
No, I don't know where the fuck she is.
Just
The
rotting in a ditch.
best one of the best fucking characters, which was Remus Lupin, which was Wolf Moon or whatever. He dies. Him and his wife die. That way Harry can take care of an orphan.
Okay. Instead of having a child of his own with the
Well,
random.
he has children of his own with Ginny.
Okay.
She's so much cooler in the books too. Like
Ginny?
I mean, she. They kind of try to portray her as a slut, but they don't commit.
Wow.
Well, she's just dating a lot of people.
Okay. Wasn't she just shitting herself in a bed for the entirety of the Sorcerer's Stone or whatever? Or no, the second movie?
Chamber of Secrets? Yeah, she was possessed by the diary of Tom Riddle. So it was feeding all her insecurities or something.
How does this make any sense?
That they had time to design a chibi alien monster poster.
Well, I mean, like, first off, this is probably like a cheat. Like big head mode. It's like a reference to that. It's like kind of silly and funny, but like they had time to make propaganda against these guys.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, like that's
So
just
look
like
at
devs.
Devs.
He's got to be devs.
Devs.
Wait, hold on. That doesn't look like devs. This looks like the pictures they took inspiration from. This is like Dad's World War II photos. Is that the same picture twice? It is. Wow, these are actually really high def for being
Oh my god.
PS3 textures. Like, whoa, look at that one.
Yeah.
Is that Winston Churchill himself?
They didn't have to do any of this.
No,
Oh,
they
there's
didn't
more.
have to do any of that. Are there?
It might be the same
Oh,
shit.
I think they're the same ones.
No?
No, they are. There's a couple of new ones.
Huh.
Are those Nazis? Are those actual? Hold on.
Use the...
I can't tell. It's just not clear enough. That's like a real ass party. It looks like it's like. That looks like the wrong decade, doesn't it? Oh man, though. Wait, is that guy dabbing? Was that guy dabbing? Oh no, it was a picture from earlier. I thought he was dabbing.
Dork. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about the Battle of Hogwarts. It just happens.
Okay.
Like everyone's been hiding in the school because the Death Eaters they're just there and they use fucking Cruciatus curses on everybody when they don't get an answer right. And Harry teleports in and he's like, "Let's fight," and they're like, "Okay."
Sure.
And like,
Fairly.
that's what pisses me off is like people seasoned fucking veterans of fighting Death Eaters get killed, but not
Harry Potter.
No, not Harry Potter. Shitcorn friends, like the ones that he trained over the course of one semester. They're all fine.
Yeah, some about that seems a little like
It's
plot
fucking
armor.
stupid.
I'm glad we're out of the era of plot armor for the most part.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if anybody has plot armor, they're like, yeah, but it's fine, because, like, the plot had to have somebody.
Yeah.
Like, plots are getting a lot more consideration these days. It's like the argument for story in games.
It's good. I like it. People were getting so mad at Handmaid's Tale, because, June...
Why ever would you?
Well, June would, like, spit in a commander's face and flip him off. And they would just be like, no, 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 no.
That was the freaking same thing they were doing in The Serpent and the Dove, and you were like, that's the best thing ever. They're my favorite. You kept saying that.
What? I said it was fine. I didn't even read the sequel.
Yeah, I know. I kept telling you that book was freaking awful.
You are such a bitch sometimes.
I hated that book. I hated it.
Oh my god.
It was so freaking boring. Like, that chick was just winning at every turn. I was like, you should be freaking dead. Why aren't you dead?
She's a witch.
Which is why she should have been dead. She was walking around like, I need a gun. And they're like, no, no, no. And then she'd get one and they'd be like, oh, you scoundrel, you.
Hey man, I went through a phase of going back to young adult books. I didn't say they were good, but
That
I
was a
enjoyed
freaking
them.
young adult book?
Yes!
How much sex was in that freaking book?
Like one. One sex.
That's too much.
No, it's not.
For a young adult book, you're writing for teenagers.
Do you know the point of young adult books?
Are you telling me that there's an entire freaking like market of adults writing sexual romance ass stories for children?
Let me introduce you to Sarah J. Maas.
Oh my god.
She has written, dude, okay. So there's a series, it's Court of Thorns and Roses.
Which is already a very like book name title.
Mhm. The second one? I think it was the second one. So I told you the first one was like a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and then she realized that it was fucking weird. So she 180 the whole thing and made him an abusive piece of shit. And she runs to the other guy that like sexually harassed her at the end of the last book. But he's a white knight, even though he's a dark knight. He's a white knight and a feminist, and it talks about her choice, right? That was some of the like hardest sex I'd ever fucking heard in a young adult book.
Oh my god, and you listened to it.
And I listened to it, so that was fucking awkward. A bunch of people were trying to get it banned, and I understand like there should be like a content warning or something for school libraries.
Don't let your kids watch it.
But they were trying to say Barnes and Noble shouldn't be allowed to sell the book, and I was like, shut
the
fuck up.
That's a bit much. They should probably put it not in the freaking teenager section.
Dude, that shit was like, cause like the first one, there's a little bit of sex, and it's like, yeah, alright, cause it's a romance. The second one fucking went off. Cause her and Reese?
Kyle?
No. Whatever. Her and the Dark Knight guy, they're teasing each other the entire book. They're flirting.
Stood in the door while a rocket came at me. I was like, oh, well, okay.
They're flirting the entire book, and it's a long time before they actually fuck. But, like, they're, like, brain fucking. It's fucking weird. I was, like, every time something pops off, I was like, damn, again? Like, this is a lot.
This is concerning.
And it wasn't even, like... And then they became one, and you know...
And it was beautiful, flowery language, fla 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 fla.
Yeah, it was like, he fucking slammed a finger in and I was like, whoa!
It's like, you can't, she's gonna overheat, dude.
Like, I didn't tell my boss.
This is what happens when you slam a finger in there.
My boss told me, because she was listening to him, and then I listened to him after her, and then we had this teenager that came in, reading the series.
Oops.
And she was like, I'm looking for this book, and I was like, well, the audiobook exists. And then, because I don't think I'd read the second one yet. I hadn't listened to it.
But then you were like, no.
Well, she came back and she was already on like the fourth one, and I was like, so how did you like the others? And she kind of like didn't want to talk about it, and I was like, yeah, alright.
What if she looked at you and she's like, oh, I really, really like them. I like the parts where they do the touching.
On the flip, Cassandra Clare, who's done the Shadowhunter universe, she went from doing, like, trying to be steamy but not committing, to doing steamy and kind of fumbling, to doing actually really sweet, like sex scenes without being explicit. And I was like, you did it. You found
your niche.
Yeah.
I want to go down here. Probably some
but yeah, that's what young adult is. Young adult is a very cool premise in a really cool world that ends up focusing on oh my god, he touched my thigh, and shit like that.
Well, No,
you didn't know this?
I didn't. I when I was like when I heard young adult, I thought it was like the conflicts are kept relatively simple.
No. Like, I'd say 90% of young adult books have steamy shit in them, and that's why they're read.
That is violently concerning.
I'm surprised you didn't know about this. There's books that I...
Well, first off, I don't read.
Well, yeah, but...
Like
you've been with me for over a decade now.
I'll push that reading is metal to my dying day, but I don't do it. Because I can't.
Moms eat that shit up.
If it was like, why is it young adult then? Why isn't it crusty cougar?
I don't know.
Learned that word recently.
Twilight was young adult. It's yeah, like I told you about that vampire series where the book's really short and the mom and daughter wrote them together.
What the hell is this?
And
they were that had to have been a weird conversation to have. No, Clark is supposed to pork her.
Well, there's pages where the dialogue is written like text, where they're like, "Oh no," and it like there's a bunch of O's. Like I fucking hate those books. It's the House of Night series. But I told you she ends up like between the first 3 books, she ends up fucking like her teacher, her human boyfriend, and her vampire boyfriend.
Human. When you said human, I freaking vomited. I was like, something's coming, and I'm not ready for it.
And then I flipped to like the 10th or 11th book or whatever because it was at Target, and there was like 3 different guys, and I was like, what? You and your mom wrote this together. This is fucking weird.
This is weird. How do you not know that? How do you know that this isn't just like what your mom did in high school?